All right, everybody. We are live. Happy Sunday to everybody. This is Let's Talk Hair. I'm your host. With all the tea, you already know Angela H. Brown, honey. I'm excited to be a part of this conversation today because we have somebody so phenomenal and her name is Tavya Hall, you guys, and she is ready. I mean, ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to introduce. Lord, Facebook is blowing up, and you all, I know it's been snowing outside. It has been just one of them days. So let us know that you're out there and comment to us. So I want to just before Tavia comes and starts speaking, our subject is protective styles, and then we're also going to talk about even natural hair. So, Tavia Hall was born in Memphis, Tennessee, and raised in Tunica, Mississippi. She's been serving in the beauty industry for over 30 years. Did y'all hear me? Over 30 years and licensed for 28 years. She was inspired to do hair at the salon by her mom, aunts, and discovering the gift of doing hair. And she says, what I mean by this is that I could duplicate the styles. This motivated me to start my journey in pursuing cosmetology. In the summer of my senior year of high school, I enrolled in Mid South School of Beauty and received a certification in June of 1993. Now, she's been focusing on healthy hair with her customers and all of their needs in the Mississippi area. Welcome, Tavia Hall, honey. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Angela?
All right, tell us a little bit more about yourself. Got any children out there? Or
Yes, ma'am. I am a mother of 7. I
mm-hmm,
have 5 boys, 2 girls.
mm-hmm.
Um, and I've just been, focusing on the hair industry. And I also work with another organization too, where we focus on the youth too. So my passion is hair and the children.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
That is phenomenal. So we're here behind the scenes, working every day as salon professionals. Hold on one second. Let me try to. StreamYard has asked me to reconnect stuff. Okay. All right. Thank you. We good to go. However, how did you just started moving into the element of wanting to do healthy hair? Because a lot of people out there, they think they know what healthy hair is, but do they really? I mean, what is the definition of healthy hair to you?
Healthy hair means taking care of each person's hair based on their individual needs. Because, if you're not using the proper product for those clients, if you're not continue keeping their ends trimmed, finding out that certain products don't work for their hair, you have to do an individual analysis. It's just like being a doctor. You have different patients, they have different diagnoses, and you have to treat it according to that. And so when I started doing hair, I used to see a lot of people back in the day, they would, put weave in and do all these tracks and all these different styles. But the health of the hair was not a concern. It was only styling hair and making sure that it looks good. And so when I started doing hair, that's not what I wanted to focus on. I wanted to learn even the chemistry of the products that I was using. And back when I started, Dudley was very big, and um, Mazzani, those brands. And then I would touch a little bit on Paul Mitchell and things of that nature. But then, I wanted to make sure the health of the hair was intact. So I don't want people's hair to be shedding. So when they get a relax and their hair is falling out, I don't want that. I wanted to make sure they had correct treatment regimens for their hair, making sure that their scalp is healthy. And sometimes we get into just doing the hair and then get away from the health because you're looking at, the person wants a style to look good, but their hair is shedding. So
Mhm.
you could do a protective style, but would that be feasible at that time? So you have to just, that was my focus, growing up in the hair industry. So that's what did. I went to take different classes, so I would attend school and get further my education.
Mhm.
And and then I noticed, later on in those years, they got away from that, from educating you. So if you know what that product entails, what it has in it, you kind of know how to deal with it better. So, since I came into the knowledge of Deserve product, that's when I started, noticing in my latter years that some of the things that they're having in the ingredients are not for our hair.
Mhm.
So when I started, using your product, I actually had a client
Well,
to.
wait a minute. Let me stop you right there because I got to tell a quick. We got to say our Facebook user says hello, Tavia and Angela. So we want to wave to our people.
Hi, Facebook.
Thank you. But right before you tell that story, I want to. We're gonna merge into it because uh, we were just talking, and I had a client that came into the salon, and she told me a story. Now I'm not going to unveil her name or anything like that, but what she said was, and this is going to merge into the way that you reacted. Uh, so she said to her client, and she said, "Well, um, I mean," she said to the hairstylist, and the hairstylist was like, uh, sitting, you had the client sitting in the chair, and she said, "What I want to do is give you these Deserve products. Of course, they want a bag." It's, she said, she didn't have all this, but this is what I got. Just give you a vision. She said, "My hair is breaking, as you know, is shedding. So can I?" She said, I want you to use these products on me. I want to continue to come to you, but I want to use these products." And I know how I reacted as a salon professional throughout the years when customers have come to me and said, "I want you to use products." What I would do is I would allow them to. I would use the product, and that way, me and the client is together, and they can see if the product works or don't work, and we experience it together. Now if it worked, I would add it in my stash of products. That means I use now this particular product or brand, and thank you, client, for bringing it to me, because sometimes we behind the chair, and social media back then was not, I didn't know nothing about it. Wasn't as popular as it is now, the internet. And I would welcome it. But she said this particular client, hairstylist, told her she didn't want that product. She didn't want that mess. You disrespected me. Don't bring it. So now we want to talk to you and say, what do you think about that? And maybe tell us your story on how you got with our products.
Okay, well, I was more like you. I was very receptive about receiving products. Like if someone brings something to me and say, "Hey, let's try this on my hair because I'm having these issues and I read about it and I want to try it." Or they could say, "I've been using these products at home," and they wanted to bring it. So with me being receptive, that's how I was introduced to Deserve Healthy Hair Products. I had a client that brought the product and asked, could I use the product on her hair? We used that product for 3 months straight. During those 3 months, in the third week, I recognized a difference in her hair,
Mhm.
and her hair is extremely damaged. She had a lot of things that was being done to it. She knew that, but that journey, like I said, I was very receptive of that. And I saw that the product worked and it put a lot of moisture. It was just something different. So I told her, I said, you know what? Her girls use your product as well. So I said, give me the information, get the information to me so I can meet with her because I want to be able to get some of this product. Well, I didn't know when I was meeting the distributor that I was meeting the founder and the creator and the organizer of the Deserve Healthy Hair product. So, that was a good thing for me too, because that means I can relate to someone that's saying, look, I see something going on in these products. I wanted to come up with something that's going to help. And I wanted to support, and I love using it. So I use all of your products. And
Thank
that's how I got started on that journey
you.
of, using your product.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about protective styles, and then we're going to move into treatments because chemicals, relaxers, and stuff like that. So we're going to use our time wisely. I'm excited because me and you dive in and we go at it off camera.
Right.
But with protective styles, how has that impacted in the beauty industry? Do you feel like we're focused more on protective styles than being healthy? And if so, what are the most devastating protective styles out there, especially if you're not treating with it, that you would say that clients have hit your chair with?
Well, the most devastating ones are when they get in those small braids and they're leaving them in months at a time, because some people leave them in up into 6 months. And
Mm.
so if you're leaving those styles up that long, your hair is not getting an opportunity to breathe. You're not able to treat it. You're not able to keep it clean the way that it needs to be. So you're going to have a lot of buildup, and you're going to have a lot of shedding, and you're going to have a lot of breakage that's going on with that. And the most devastating ones I've seen, like with the braids, their edges, it's braided too tight, so then they're having to try to grow their edges back. And sometimes it becomes very hard depending on, how long they've been doing it, how they've damaged um, their hair follicles and things of that nature. So when you look at that, that's what I've been seeing the most of, you know, and then the hair locks up. So then when you take it down and you get ready to style it, it mats up. And so one story, I had a client, and I was actually working out at the gym, and I travel. I was working at a gym in Tunica, and it was one of my clients that was in Tunica. And she called me and she said, I'm just devastated. My hair has matted up, and she had some twist in her hair.
Mhm.
And so during this time, I kept product in the back of my car, and she called me just in time. So I went and did a house call. So I actually used the silk milk restored conditioner.
Mhm.
That's what I used to unmat her hair.
Uh,
So I said, look, she said, I'll never get these twists again, because, she didn't know that it was going to do her hair like that. And I had never seen it, but that was and she didn't lose a lot of hair. We had to cut maybe a small portion out in the front because it had locked so tight. But that was one of the ones most recent that
mhm.
I had dealt with. But like I said, the silk milk conditioner actually was a lifesaver during that time.
And that silk milk is it's just money. It's everything. It has the thickening agents in it. It is super duper moisturized. I mean, it is leave-in and everything. So I'm not surprised at all that that happened. So
Right.
with protective styles, do you feel like people are leaving them in too long?
They are. A lot of them are leaving them in too long, and it's because it's convenient. And I understand a lot of people are working out more, but I think, you should just make sure, like with me and my hair, I can't go a week without shampooing my hair. I mean, that's what my hair desires. 2 weeks, I think, is the longest, but like when you're using a protective style, I think you shouldn't leave it up no more than 3 weeks if you have to.
Mhm.
But other than that, I think that, you should really take care of the hair under there, because you can protect it, but then if it's still damaged, you're not actually protecting, you're just helping it to continue to shed and break.
So, where do you think the name protective style comes? Oh, we got somebody just complimented you. She said, "Tavia, you cut your hair again."
Yes, I did. I cut my hair again. I think I'm just gonna keep it short. girls, I love it. It's simple and easy because I used to have hair down my back, Miss Angela. So my hair was, cut when you first met me. But I
Mhm.
used to have hair down my back growing up. So, but
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
I believe it is so thick and beautiful. But I'm gonna be doing a hair challenge here soon. I'm gonna give it my marketing team because my husband just let me know he want my hair back down my back. He said your products grow hair. We're gonna need you to do that. So we're gonna turn it into a challenge. I
Okay.
this will be a great opportunity for a lot of people to watch me, grow my hair,
Right.
again. But it looks great any style or cut. But also with protective styles, I think and feel like sometimes it's the quick weave, like you said, the braids, and also with sew-ins. I just did a video that a lot of people will be seeing very soon. My marketing team did it, and it is showing all of the grime and grit that comes like with these braids. If people could really see how their hair is being destroyed with with just all of the stuff that builds up, and it's not necessarily sanitary. Uh,
Right.
a lot of people are, and this is one of the. It's a little. You can kind of see with a
Right.
after your protective style. You see the protective style. Want to get your hair treated. You can look at all of the grime. And look at that build up on the and scalp. Then look at that. See all the buildup on protective now, styles. Let's transform our hair. And then yes, look at the shedding. Look at this client's hair. We got a lot of shedding. So she's coming out the braids. Her hair is shedding, and we're gonna stop. And so that's pretty much a sneak preview of what we go, what stylists will see. And and what I want to say is, if you get the braids and give us a tip how to keep that hair clean, because I'm thinking apple cider, and I'm thinking
Right. That's what I was thinking.
so
The
come
apple
on,
cider.
let's show these people who want to wear these braids,
Right.
honey. If you wash your butt, you need to wash your hair.
Wash your hair. That's
And
right.
so we want to show people how to keep their hair clean. We got Chelsea Harris, who will um, uh, always hashtag her millionaire. She's doing great things, but she said, wow. So she's going to be
Right.
on our show March the 7th. Y'all watch out for this Nashville. She's in Nashville, Tennessee. But she said, wow. So what do you feel about um, what they should do, because I have clients who may wear braids when they come in. That I have one particular, her hair is never like that, never. So what do you think about that? I didn't see moisture. I see nothing. I saw. What did you?
Grit,
What?
grit and grime.
Yeah, what you see? Yeah.
I saw, yeah, it was a lot of, dirt, a lot of buildup too, and a lot of flake dryness. So
Mhm.
I think, I would say use the apple cider vinegar, rinse to put on their scalp and
Mhm.
use that at least once a week, to keep it clean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I definitely agree. We have somebody, we just finished with a challenge, and we have somebody that did the challenge, and she just had shown me her pictures, and her scalp was kind of like similar to that. It is beautiful now. It is beautiful now. So we know, like you said with that apple cider, they could take that apple cider and detox and cleanse their scalp and their wealth, and it's things that you can do because
Right.
you know and the person that sent me those pictures, I responded not too long before the show aired, and she said to me, um I could tell a big difference. And she said, I travel all the time. How can I keep my hair? So I gave her some suggestions. Uh, but I want to say with protective styles, there are you, if you have to wear them, you still can keep your scalp clean. So Tavia, I think it's time for us to dive into your specialty. And that would be what?
Healthy hair,
But and also chemicals that
chemical,
okay.
chemical treated, and um, hair cutting.
Okay, let's how do
Yes.
we what how as a chemical we know that that can be very damaging as well. So how can a person who do you do double chemicals like colors and relaxers?
Not at the same time, I
Not at
don't.
the same time, but I'm
But
saying
yeah, I do have clients like that.
okay,
Yes.
tell us how you're treating these people.
Well, first of all, when they're getting their relaxers, I don't do them close. Normally when you first start out, people are saying 4 weeks. Well, I have people on either 6, 8, 12-week regiments of getting relaxers done. I do it when it's necessary. I can even say for my hair, I have not had a relaxer since in the top since December.
Hmm.
So, and since it's shorter, it's still, I recognize that it held up longer. I had a client whose hair lasted for 11 weeks, with a relaxer. So, those things I make sure that they're not done too close together. And if I'm doing color, I make sure that there's a time span in between that. A lot of times when they get color, I make sure they have their relaxer first, and then we'll wait a few maybe 3, 4 weeks and then do their color. But I make sure that I'm doing protein treatments, moisture treatments, making sure that they have the moisture put back, into the hair.
Hmm.
So, when I'm doing those products, I make sure that they're getting treatments on
Hmm.
a, time constrained basis.
Okay, sounds good. And um when they're getting it, if you by any chance, what do you recommend the client as for? Do you recommend the client to take care of the hair at home or come into the salon? Or have you had any experiences where a client said, you know what, I want a color, I have relaxer, but I promise you, I'm going to come in next week? Do they show up every week?
A lot of them are on 2 week,
Hmm.
coming in every 2 weeks. I have some clients that are weekly.
Hmm.
But when I'm doing color, I would tell them if they're going to get color and they're going to have those double processes, that they need to come into the salon. Because when you're looking at the hair, if you're coming on a weekly basis, if something is going wrong with the hair, you can stop or prevent them from having a lot of hair loss in the process of that, so you can kind of keep up with it. But when they don't come to the salon, you're not doing their hair. You just you did a service for them, and they're actually taking care of their own hair because you can't see what's going on. And I think that's what a lot of people get away from. They're not looking at, if I come in every month, well, those weeks in between, I'm not doing your hair, you're doing your hair. So it makes a difference. So I would suggest that, if you could put in your budget, do it every week or no longer than every 2 weeks.
Okay, and if they're doing that, then if they cannot come into the salon, um, what is it that they can use?
I
We
always suggest I sell the Deserve Professional Hair Care. Do a packet for them,
Mhm.
where they're using the shampoo, the conditioner, the reverse elixir oil, the derma roller, and I'll start incorporating the apple cider vinegar. But you got to, sometimes you have to make sure that they don't overuse certain products too, because when they're at home, a lot of times they want to play in it and do what they want to do instead of following what you say. But that's what I have started to promote, the Deserve Half the Hair products for them as their maintenance products. Because if I'm using it in the salon and I can retail that, then I would rather them use the products that I'm using instead of going out buying those that I find that may not work as well. So, and I wanted to go to something that had more natural ingredients in it instead of all of those different additives that they're not showing us in other products.
well, I like your spin, and I like um, how you focus on. I hear healthy, 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 and I love it. I like how you focus on that. We do need to acknowledge some people. We have Terrell, who is in and she's in Arkansas, but she owns a salon as well, Ebony Expressions, and she says hello to us because we had to redo some stuff, and so I gotta. I'm trying to respond to. We got Lakeisha Butler. She's also saying hello, and then we have Paula Appleberry. She's you know, celebrate her birthday. You know, Paula, and she says, "And happy birthday!" A shout out, happy birthday to Paula.
Happy birthday, Paula.
It's on Wednesday, so happy
We
birthday.
know she's on her countdown. I've been watching her counting down. So
Yes, and we want to acknowledge Miss Coleman as well. She also is trying to give us shout outs. And we just got things switched over. They got some new stuff coming on, and so we're doing is trying to acknowledge people, but it's saying Facebook users where people are really putting their names in. We have Janice. Hey, Janice. Janice, actually, we've been rocking together uh all this week with the healthy hair challenge, and she's been rocking with us, and I want to say hello to you, hello to all the beautiful queens out there. I know we rocking and talking, but when we are going live, we just want you all to, if you have any questions, Tavia is here to answer those questions. And I'm gonna tell you, you see how serious her face is. See that? That's how she be looking. She takes this business so serious, you guys. She be for real, you know, about
that's right.
being healthy. See, she be real serious. And I love that about you because it warms my heart that you take it serious. You eat, sleep, and drink it. Now, at times, even you care so much about your client's hair. And how do you feel? And I think a lot of people want me to say this, but you know, they want to know your answer rather. How do you feel when you have more passion about saving their hair than they do?
It becomes stressful because you're trying you're trying to, do what's best for them, and then they don't listen. So you're like, what do I do? And then you have to make sure that they have to know, that I'm here to try to preserve your hair. But if you don't do what I tell you to do, it, what can I do? I mean, I just throw my hands up and say, hey, either you gonna go with the flow or it's no. You just can't continue. Because I really did. I had myself really stressed out because I really cared about the health of the hair. And when I recommend things to the clients and then they don't want to get that, I'm like, well, what do you do? So it may get to a place that is so bad that it's so hard, to bring it back to life and back to health. That makes that journey harder, and it makes our job harder when you really care about your clients, and then you're the professional. I went to school. I took these classes. I went to get educated. When I have a problem that I come into, I'm going to make sure that I find something to help that particular person. If I have to buy a certain product just for that one client, a lot of times I'll do that because I want to make sure that their hair is in tip top shape. But when they don't listen, and with YouTube, like you said, we didn't have YouTube and all these different things back in the day, with the different types of 4C and what type of hair do I have and all this. We didn't have all that we were going through, so now they come in with things that they listen to, but then if it does not work, these different products, let us work together at getting it done. But you have to work with me. You just have to work with me, because I'm telling you, it really stressed me out. So I want to let all the clients know that I have that passion to make sure your hair is taken care of. When you don't listen to me, it really does. It really stresses us out. It makes our job harder
And
because it could.
it's hurtful. It's
Yeah,
hurtful because you really care, and you know that your baby needs some breast milk and they want the imitation. But
right.
Terrell said, with the apple cider and braids, do you leave it in or shampoo it out?
I would say shampoo it out.
Yep.
You put it in, you got to shampoo it out.
The
You know, then
active is so, yeah.
that scalp is getting clean because you got to clean the scalp. So if you just put it in there and just leave the apple cider vinegar, so yeah, you have to make sure it's shampooed out.
Hmm. Yes.
Hey Chelsea,
Yeah.
and that's how I found out about your product through Chelsea and Taylor Harris. Those are my cousins in Nashville.
Well, well, she gonna be on the show. That's
That's
what's
right.
our world.
Yeah.
Candace Adams says, "Good question." Terrell is Tavia. Candace. Terrell. I don't know. She said, "Good question, Terrell." So she said whether you she's talking in reference to the
Well, yeah,
braids
the
that
question of shampooing it out.
yeah.
Right.
So Candace, I didn't know you was watching TV and typing. But yeah, Candace is one of our big people that love the products and she ride by the brand. So are these your cousins?
Yes, we're cousins.
Well, I love them. I
I
do.
know you told me those are your babies.
Yeah,
Yeah, so your babies introduced me to my sister. So we it's all in the family.
yeah, I love them. I love them. I
Right.
see billionaires. Uh,
Right.
so Chelsea said, right, but your products have saved not only my clients, but me as well. Isn't that awesome? Wow.
Yes.
That's a testimony right there that oh yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for that testimony because sometimes hairstylists don't want to admit that their hair can be damaged too.
Right.
And I have serviced people in the Memphis area, in Nashville, and Mississippi, and you telling me you don't want to use this brand, but I can see your tracks at the top of your head. And I'm like, and the client want to SOS Chelsea and say, "Hey, I want the product." But what happens to the salon professional who becomes a gatekeeper and do not want to use these products because of the fact it's not popular like the design essentials and the affirms. So they love their distributors and they don't want to be open-minded, but you got a lot of hair in the bowl and your clients are losing hair. So we're coming up ways to show these people, and God is supporting that. He's directing that. So what would you say? I think we have somebody, and I'm gonna go here to make sure it is. I want to give someone a shout out too because they changed my life as well. Um, so let me go here. Miss Coleman, Chelsea said it runs in the family, runs in the family. And so, which is Miss Coleman, um, she says, how do a client get past a professional as committed as you are, Miss Tavia,
Hmm.
leaves the business and you struggle to find someone with a comfortable with who you are comfortable with? Do you want to dive in with that one?
Well, if you find a, professional as comfortable and that leaves the business, you have to go back to you have to it has to sometimes be word of mouth. You have to get somebody to share with you who they're going to, because it's very hard to find good hairstylists. It's
Yes.
not an easy task, so you sometimes you have to go in and you have to go and do like trial and error until you find someone, but kind of like look around and you see people that you're around, see who do their hair and what area are you in. If you're in my area, you can come try me out. And if you're comfortable with me, then hey, I'll be just as committed.
And also social media is great
Yeah.
because you have people, and I understand because this is Miss Coleman on here. And so I understand that because we get so caught up with people who we are, you know, at and we love our stylists and we love what they do, and you don't want somebody to undo what another hairstylist worked so hard to put together, and they kept your hair healthy. But I would say to that, watch people even on your job, social media, and then just start following their page, see how they do things, um, and then and see if they don't even mind you bringing your deserved product. Say, well, I'm accustomed to this. Do you know anything about it? Now, I had somebody one day who read my book first. She said, I want to, and this is before social media got really hot. She came by. She interviewed me. Okay, I was interviewed. She interviewed me. She read my book first. She told me what she expected. Now, Miss Coleman, tell them what you expect. Have the conversation, not sitting there saying, "Yes, I'm Miss Coleman," and just do what you do and all of that. Do not assume that every hairstylist is educated. Okay, let's not do that. Now, I want to go to. We got another one, Chelsea Harris, and your cousin. Are you able to read that?
Yes. I love a bleach blonde look. Deserve snaps my curls back instantly. My clients wear these products because they see my hair.
Okay. And we all know with that bleach blonde, I sprayed the treatment in before you even put the blonde in to save it. Now, Miss Harris' hair is extremely thick, and you can tell she's on the right track. So, what would you? She's making that comment, um, and letting you know she's practicing what she's preaching, and not sitting there with thin hair, knowing that
Mhm.
she's talking about she do, you know, natural hair or healthy hair, and then her client's hair, her hair is suffering, but she's helping them because sometimes we rush our hair as salon professionals. Uh, but also, you want to read that with Candace Adams?
Oh, good for the clients to know about rinsing out
Okay.
apple cider rinse out with braids. Otherwise, they may use it like mousse, and that's true. That's right.
Yes, that's true. And remember, you guys, that acid is powerful. That apple cider will eat through tough stains and stuff like that, even though it's not as much as just putting a whole thing of brags on, but it's enough. But what we want to say is that rinse that off, but use your damage reverse elixir, on there, and it's also going to help moisturize it and also keep it clean. And then so we have on here Miss Coleman. She says here, and here it goes. She says right here, uh, most here are natural and don't go to professionals. So, are you from Wayne, Arkansas? I think she's from Wayne, Arkansas. So that means that we need to get down there, Tavia.
Right.
Okay, that means we need to get down there. Uh,
Right, because even when you're natural, you still have to keep your ends, trimmed. You still have to have your hair treated, and it takes a professional to look at those things to see what you really need. So if you need moisture, if it's you have breakage, we have to. You still need to go to a professional, even if you don't go often. You should go just for your treatments and your trims, and to get the right things to be able to do to keep your hair and preserve it. Because sometimes a head of hair can look healthy, but it's not. Just because it's long, it's gonna grow, but just because it's long and thick doesn't mean that it's a healthy head of hair.
Yes, and I've had people that say, "Oh, you specialize your hair care product specialize in thin and bald. I'm not bald. I don't have no holes in my head." I say, even I need the product. You're right. It's not all about holes, and education is key. So the next question I would say is, well, we have someone saying that they
I
love
love the
product.
product.
Read that out for me.
I love the product. People say your hair is growing, so they ask, is this something I have to buy from her, or can I get it somewhere else? So of course I went back to the video saying where they can get it.
Okay. Yes, yes, they can. We're in stores. We are. This is uh Paula Appleberry, who actually is has actually typed that in. She says when she's saying that she loaded products. Yes, this product could be online. This product can also Tavia, she retails it. I retail it. We're in the surrounding Memphis area. We're in Nashville. We're in Florida. We're in Chicago. We're in a lot of area. We're growing. We're in Arkansas. Terrell is in Jonesboro. She says, and we're all over the place. Where we're not everywhere where we should be. I just had somebody in Canada, and then I had somebody in South Africa who wants me to get the products, and then I just had a meeting about South Africa. So we're working on barriers, but we definitely can get that product out to you as well. And Terrell,
Terrell says,
what?
I'm from Jonesboro and a deserved user. I would love to help you until you make it to Tavia.
Hmm. Uh, we got to connect you to. I know exactly how to connect Miss Coleman to you, and also she's going to be a distributor for Deserve. She's minutes away from that, but she's also her salon and what she does and her passion. So yes, Miss Coleman, this I'm telling you, a stamp of approval of this hairstylist, salon owner who uses the entire brand. Yes, I would definitely recommend uh, her if you're able to get to her, and also Paula Appleberry's. I said yes, you can to get it in other stores. Terrell said talking to the lady from Wynn.
From
That's who
when?
we're talking to. That's Miss Coleman. Miss Coleman
Okay.
from Wynn, Arkansas. So so yeah, we understand that's who you're talking to. Also, I want to also say that education is also key as salon professionals. But I got my salon professionals on here. Don't hide, baby. Just go ahead and tell me who you are, because we also education is key. So I want to get a shout out to her name is Anita Matthews, owner of um, Elements of Chic Design in Nashville, Tennessee, but she was residing in Memphis, Tennessee. And she would always tell me, I just wanted to knock her out because she wouldn't let me get out of my comfort zone. I wanted to stay in my comfort zone. She wanted me to get out of my comfort zone. And she kept telling me I needed to continue education behind the chair. And I was like, I thought I knew everything. But she was, and she just kept nudging me and pushing me and pushing me. So, Anita, I thank you so much because it took me a minute, but I never knew she wasn't wrong. It's just as salon professionals, we have to take out the time because at the same time, it will allow our customers to even and even the what you're charging them and everything. Your clients don't want to pay for you and you picking up them products from Walgreens. So Tavia, what do you let's say what do you agree with education? Does it stop after you get the license or do you have to continue the education?
You have to continue the education because everything is changing, and you have to keep up with what's for what, so you will be able to service your clients properly.
Mhm.
So continuing education is the key. You're never too young or too old to be educated, you
Great.
know and we should. And I thank you, Anita, for nudging on Miss Angela, because that's what allows her to push everybody else to say, continue your education, learn more, because when you go to school you get basics.
Mhm.
And after uh hair care in this industry is beyond basics, because you're going to run into some different problems.
Mhm.
So if you don't know how to fix it, you're going to have to be educated on how to do that. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's very important that after you continue, you continue to go on and get some hours in continuing education on a, every year, for a monthly basis. If it's something that's out there that you need, if we have to pull something together, because some person like Miss Angela may have more knowledge on the scalp and in trichology, something in that area and she's always mixing stuff. Because I just heard her say, I spray um, the strand protective treatment on the hair, before you doing color. So it's just like those different things that you're doing when you do the cocktail. When people know how to use what they're using for what, it makes it easier. It makes your job easier. And then if you have someone that's in that same industry and field that's willing to share those things with you, then it makes it, you can help one another. So I think that's a lot of the issues that people have, because they won't continue the education. They think they know, and then you don't know, and then they're ashamed to say I don't know. You
Mm-hmm.
know. So I've always been open for education, because it's key.
That's right. I mean, you preaching, and I really appreciate that. And I think uh even just I offer on our website like consultations, and I tell any we do free consultations on the site. So I noticed that more and more people are getting consultations. I had this young lady, her name I don't have to say her name, but she actually did a consultation. I heard her. She sent over videos, pictures. And when I want to say to salon professionals, people will react to you. Everybody's not going to just do the same reaction. But this lady was a gem. She was open. She let me in. I connected her from Chicago to Nashville because she said she's gonna do some time in Nashville. I connected her to a salon in Nashville, and so it was like she was like, well, I was on that person's page anyway, so I'm glad you connected me, because she was already we are connectors. So whatever you specialize in, if you come on the Deserve team, we'll bring you customers. And I think that you should do consultations with your clients, because sometimes you have the wrong customer in the chair, and if you just talk to them, you know how to redirect them. Don't have an attitude, but what I do is direct them to somebody who can, or maybe they're not as, they don't cost as much, or maybe they're in the right location, or maybe they'll let you get away with some stuff. I don't know, but I will contact you, because I'm 50 now, so I don't have time for the headache. But I will work with you if you are in the business of being able to be worked with. Now, if you come with your, chip on your shoulder or your guard up, and you got other issues going on, I can't work with you if you don't just kind of expose yourself a little bit, so we can get the conversation going. So at the end of the day, all I want to do is help you.
Right.
So, Tavia, this has been a great show. Uh, I've got to give a shout out to what we have going on now. Deserve is going to start doing what we call giveaways on our website. And you can go to the Deserve, my at Deserve, the page on Facebook. Go to our group page, and you can also go to uh, Get the Healthy Hair That You Deserve. Go to that page. Also, the ways to win this challenge, it's not a challenge, but it is ways to just get some free stuff. Um, what you want to do is join our email list. We will select one person from our email list. We will select one person from our email list and text list from the email or the text list. So you can join the email list. Do that. Invite three people to go to our Get the Healthy Hair You Deserve. That's our group page, and we will select one person that invites at least three people to join our Facebook page, and also correctly answer questions during Talk Hair to Me. A winner will be selected in each show. So what we're gonna do is, y'all know we do giveaways on this show, but also correctly answer. You got to do the correct answer. I'm not gonna help you no more. The winners will be announced during the live Talk Hair to Me, and you got to be present. So if you're gonna refer people or sign up, or you just got to be present. So we have our distributor in the Florida area. She's saying hi. Thank you for uh, embracing us. You Deserve Glam is in the Florida area. So we got distributors. We got who are coming on this show. That we got Arkansas. We got Florida. And hairstylist salon. So Tavia, um, this show we usually we get people who are going to answer the question. So where we are at is for them to answer a question. Do you have any question for them to get a prize? Is anything that you want them uh before, anything that you want them to remember?
Okay, we were talking about protective styles. So, excuse me. What product can you use when you're having a protective style to keep it clean?
All right, you guys, I'm not gonna help you. I already know three people who gonna get it right. So I know three people gonna get it right. So type in, and I'm also gonna chase y'all on that. I'm gonna go on to my Facebook page um, to make sure. Okay, Paula, we got one winner. She said the apple cider rinse. And so I'm thanking her for that. We have the first winner, which is um, Miss Paula. We have Miss Coleman, who said apple cider. We're thanking her for that. So we could give us one more winner, and anybody else, because I'm going on here to make sure that I can see. So we have our two winners, and I'm checking it just to make sure I'm getting.
Someone said apple cider product, but I can't see the name.
Well, let me go to over
It's
here.
a Facebook user.
Well, Apple Yolanda Rocket, she said apple cider rinse, and so I'm so she wins a prize too. That's my beautiful sister. So I'm on here making sure I get everybody. Um, and so we have our three winners. I don't want, and if I missed you, I will personally, I'm gonna go back, you guys, because we had to do new apps and everything, and I'm gonna go back. But we got Yolanda, Miss Coleman, and Paula Appleberry. Now, um, we want to congratulate all of our winners. Uh, oh, Candace Adams is up here. I didn't see you,
Hmm.
baby. You saw her. You didn't say nothing.
I
Uh,
call her name. I could see her name, but the
okay.
other ones say the other ones just say Facebook user, so I couldn't see a
Okay,
name on
yeah, I was getting them. So so we got Paula, we got Candace, Miss Coleman, Yolanda, and okay, we got everybody. We want to any last comments or thoughts, because we're gonna do another show, and about attitudes in the salon, and having the right attitude about your hair. How many of y'all want to hear about that? Sometimes we don't have the right attitude about our hair because we have um, been hurt by hairstylists who didn't do right by us. But when you get with the right one, you don't know you have the right one. And then we want the hairstylist. It's going to be a two different type of show, because we want the hairstylist who has the attitude, and your client can't never say none to you because you've been so hurt too. So we're gonna see how we can merge y'all to let the attitudes go so you can grow your hair. Do y'all like this topic? Candace says she good
Good
topic.
topic to have.
Now we gonna battle this thing out. Guess when we're gonna do it? Next week. We're gonna battle this out. And because we want the hairstylist and we want the salon professional to stop having attitudes. It's like if I want to be in a relationship with you, sounds like a great topic to have for a show. So if I want to be in a relationship with you, why am I treating you like you are the enemy? And so Yolanda Rocket, uh, she said that she says it sounds like a great show because I've seen hairstylists have an attitude, and the client is going through something, and it's so emotional and embarrassing, and they feel insecure, and you are tripping. You tripping, and you need to stop. And then you look up and you ain't got nobody in your chair. So we're gonna get these things answered. And this client, Janice says, great topic. Thank you for that. And so, and then we got the hairstylist, the client that's coming in, like you, the person that took their hair out, and you won't open your mind up. Thank you, Terrell. I will reach out to you. That's Miss Coleman. I'm gonna connect y'all, okay? And so y'all both got attitudes. I had someone that came at me and say, "You don't talk about number, deserve. I was like, "Whoa!" She just came out of nowhere, and I was growing her hair. But when she saw other customers come in with hair thicker than hers, but their habits are not your habits. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking to you, and every time I try to get in her, talk to her, she didn't want to do nothing but argue. So how do you have somebody who see you as the enemy? We'll talk about that next week. Tavia, any closing remarks?
No, only thing I can just say, this has been a great show, and I'm looking forward to next week.
It's going to be great. Now, I'm a challenge a salon professional out there. Do you want to be on my show? Do you want to talk about this? I'm going to either do it with you or without you. But let me know if you want for the challenge. Message me. Go message me about this. If you want to talk about this, we're going to get this out, okay? And we're going to talk about this. Now, we don't judge, okay? We're going to do this, but it's to help and it is not to hurt. We don't hurt on this show, we grow. And then Paula Appleberry, Paula said she agrees. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And what we want to do is show how we want to help. And this could be Anita, and is this my girl? Annette said, yes. So she agrees that we need to be doing this because I can't bring you all the talents and the education I got if we can't talk. So, Tabby, any closing remarks? We had a great show.
I'm just saying we had a great show, and thanks. Thank for everybody that participated. In in their comments, because this is what helps make us better as professionals. So I just want to thank you too, Angela, for having talk hair to me,
Mhm.
because this is a platform that we need so that they can see it from the salon professionals point of view, and then also that we can see the end from the client's point of view as well, because when you can be honest and you can come to a common ground, then you can work together and not work against each other, and know that we're not your enemy, that we love you. Sometimes we just care too much, and that was my problem. I cared too much,
Mhm.
so
Mhm. Mhm.
that's all I have to say.
All right, beautiful soul. I'm on your team. I've even seen this, y'all. She does love this business. I've seen the sadness in your eyes, the hurt from the clients. I've seen it in your eyes. But we have to know that sometimes we have to prune our trees to
That's
get
right.
a great crop. And then even with the clients, sometimes they've been in a chair with someone who didn't care too long, and they got to know when they got to go. It
That's right.
hurts. It hurts, but when God has a plan for you, you got to know to be brave and move on. Thank you guys, and we're gonna tune in, and we thank you all for tuning in to this show. This is Talk Hair to Me. Happy Sunday.
See you later.
Talk hair, let's talk hair. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Talk hair to me. Let's talk hair.